Greetings all, welcome to Hell. I'm gonna skip the first planet and get right on to the second planet. Before you start a stage, make sure you select all the buildings available. This game mode is pretty straightforward, it just takes a long time. First thing to do is to toggle the ×2 speed in the bottom right corner. There's also a checkbox at the upper right to skip battle animations. Over here we have a list of recommended buildings to construct. You don't have to follow this if you don't want to, but it's reliable and makes it brain dead. The buildings on the list are in order with your menu at the bottom, so all you have to do is check the names. I'm gonna start by building all the gold mines to set up our economy. When you build, you generally want to place ahead of your team so that they can benefit on the current lap. Gold mines in particular will only spawn enemies on the next lap, so you want to make sure the team will pass by it on the current lap. It's a good habit to separate your buildings in case you need to stabilize their run. Don't worry about space, they give you tons of room. What I'm placing right now are training facilities. They help level up your characters when they pass by. You're hard capped at 6 of them, and a lot of buildings will have bonus effects when placed next to them. Don't place them next to gold mines though, because that will spawn additional enemies. And in most cases, you don't want that. The final building on the list is this crystal spire. These are easily the best buildings because they increase the attack speed of your characters. If you build enough of them, then you can even kill bosses before they even have a chance to attack you. Once your checklist is done, all remaining gold can go to additional crystal spires. The best part about these is that they don't have to be built touching the road. You can place them anywhere. The blue meter at the upper left indicates when the boss will spawn. If you meet the power requirement shown, you can open up the boss character's icon and tap a button that will immediately spawn them on the current lap. The boss will always be fought immediately after the lap finishes, so all your units will receive one last bit of healing before the big fight. As you can see, Wanchi only got one hit in because I have so many crystal spires. Easy game mode, right? You only have to clear stage 3 to unlock the next planet. Each planet tends to have some odd gimmick that you have to adjust to, and the last 2 stages of each planet features multiple bosses. I'll do one of them right now just to demonstrate. Just like before, I'm gonna start off with the gold mines. Once again, always build ahead of your team and leave spaces in case you need to build drink stations there to stabilize the run. Now, the training facilities. I'm intentionally grouping them here to save time on the video, but it's better to space them out so that you can build more drink stations around them for additional stability. A drink station heals and makes your characters sturdier when they pass by, and they have bonus effects when placed next to a training facility. Keep an eye on the HP bars of your team, and build more drinks as necessary. I typically only build more when I see them drop below 50%. I've now completed my checklist and constructed my 4th crystal spire. I also meet the power requirement to summon the boss. However, this stage has 2 bosses, so I'm going to let it play out just to see if I need to build anything for the next boss. We see number 21 is starting to get consistently lower. I would normally build a drink station at this time, but we're pretty close to the end, and based on how we beat up Wanchi, I'm certain that we'd win even with a team member down. So I'm just gonna let it play out. That over, we've now completed Planet 2. On to the next one. So here we are on the 3rd planet of Hell. You only have to clear stage 3 to unlock the next planet. I'm just going to jump right into stage 5 because I'm bored. The gimmick on this planet is that you have to use these item drops that will increase your stats. This is important because you can't build training facilities on this planet. Like always, I'm going to start off with all the gold mines on the checklist. I'm going to group them up since it recommends 9 gold mines but only 5 globes. Looks like we were lucky enough to get a gold drop on the first lap. You can see all the items on the right side of the screen. This first one increases stats. The one below it gives me 50 gold. Feel free to use all of them whenever. You really only need the gold though, so that's all I'm going to use. Okay, so I have my 9 gold mines now. It doesn't look like I need drink stations right now, so I'm going to go ahead and build the globes. The globes are a new building unlocked on the 3rd planet. I'll be honest and say I don't actually know what they do. I'm just following the recommended list because I know it works. At this point my characters are starting to take some lasting damage, so I'm going to build the drink stations now. The best place to put them is on the other side of the road along your gold mines so that your characters can get healing in between battles. The checklist only recommends 6, so that's all I'm going to build. You should definitely build more if you feel the need. At this point I've actually already reached the power requirement to immediately summon the first boss, which I can do by tapping the boss icon and pressing the orange summon button. But since this stage has 2 bosses, I'm going to take my time and let things play out. You can see for yourselves how stable this already is. Alright, here we go. First boss battle. Easy, right? And we already meet the power requirement to summon Watanabe. However, I'm curious just how stable this is, so I'm once again just going to let it play out. This is the 4th planet of Hell. If you're only after the Changyu skin, then you only have to clear stage 3. The gimmick of this planet is that you can only build a limited number of gold mines. In this case, 1. In order to make money, you have to defeat random enemies that appear on the road. This poses a challenge to circuit stability, but only a small one. You can only bring 5 buildings, so I'm leaving the globe out of this one. Like always, place your gold mines and get going. Since we only get 1, I'm moving on to the next step on the list and placing a training facility as well. Training facilities help characters when they pass by, so always try to build them ahead of your characters for maximum value. As I mentioned before, this planet will have enemies randomly appearing on the road. A simple way to make things stable is to just build along one side of the road, and remember to leave spaces for drinking stations. Drink stations heal your team as it passes by, and gives You can see there that an enemy just appeared. That's the gimmick of this planet. Your team can easily get overwhelmed by them. Since things look pretty stable right now, I'm going to build what's next on the list, which is target stations. Target stations can be built without needing the road, and they appear to increase critical hits or something. I have no idea if they are better than crystal spires that increase attack speed, but I trust the list, so I'm going to build at least 12 of them. Some members are starting to fall below 50% HP now, so I'm going to drop a few drink stations to stabilize things. Just continue building what's on the list, and drop additional drink stations where you think you might need them. For this stage, I only needed to build the ones in between training facilities. Since I've completed the checklist, I'm going to place crystal spires down. And since it looks like we've made the power requirement to summon Roland immediately, I'll just go ahead and do that by tapping his profile and using this button. And that's it. Changyu's coding should be available now. I've already claimed all the important prizes, as you can see.